What it is, guys, it is I Forbid, aka Jordan, and welcome back to the channel. For you guys today, I have another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies tutorial. This is on the map Alpha Omega, and today we are going over the Easter egg. That's right, guys, I finally have my Easter egg guide for you. I just wanted to make sure I got some, good footage, and yeah, just a nice clean edit for you. I have to give a shout out to Jolly Camper 03, Zeke88, and Fact TGA for helping me with this Easter egg. Without them I wouldn't be able to do it. I want to keep this intro nice and short, so if you guys like the video, please leave a like, comment or subscribe. It all helps out the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to keep up to date with the latest in Call of Duty Fortnite and any other games we bring to the channel. And with that being said, guys, let's get into the first step. So for the first step, guys, what you want to do is you want to make your way from spawn to the opposite end of the map and find the power switch. It is inside an area called the powerhouse. You'll see it just on the wall here. Go ahead and turn it on to restore power to the facility. Once you guys have done that, make your way into the area called the generators down in the bunker, and you are looking for the specific computer that has a red screen. You need to activate it, but the trick with this is you can only activate it once everyone is inside this area. And when you do that, you're going to go into a lockdown mode where you just have to defend against some Nova crawlers, some zombies. You guys get the gist. It's a survival sort of wave in this area. Once you guys have done that, you're going to get a notification letting you know you've completed it. Once you've done the lockdown, head upstairs and you are looking for these houses that have the green smoke, as you can see in my game here. When you guys find the houses that have the green smoke, there are 4 in total, you need to go inside the house, inside or out the back, and look for these vents that have these green goo coming out of it. What you need to do is just interact with it, and hold square to sort of like repair the ventilation unit. You'll see the goo go away. Just be careful because zombies will attack you when you start to use it. You need to do these for 4 houses, 4 ventilation units, and you guys will open Pack-a-Punch. Once you guys are open Pack-a-Punch, you are able to come to the operations area, and you need to end the round to activate Rushmore. Now, Rushmore is going to come on, but that's not done. What you need to do is go up to the computer and hold square to actually access him. And once you guys have accessed Rushmore, the power's turned on and Pack-a-Punch is ready, you guys are ready to move on to the next step. For the next step, guys, we're going to go through 4 locations where you need to find a static TV. Now, this first one here is not what you're looking for. This is the TV that is switched off, and this one is found in the lounge next to this sort of brick column. If it's not there, make your way into the beds area, and to the left of Pack-a-Punch, you're going to see it here just next to the blood writing on the wall. And if it's not there, go to the right of Pack-a-Punch, and this is what we're looking for, this TV here that has this sort of static on it. Now, your 4th and final location, guys, is in the diner, and you just want to make your way where I do in my game, and this is your 4th and final location for your TVs. You guys have found out which TV is sparking, you need to buy the Galvanuckles. You can find that inside the cul-de-sac truck, and you can purchase them for 5,000 points. When you have the Galvanuckles, make your way to the TV that is sparking, and you need to kill a zombie in front of it with the Galvanuckles. What you're going to notice is the TV is going to turn on, and a computer system is going to start reading out a letter with 4 numbers in front of it. You need to have a pen and paper handies to write them down. I suggest having subtitles enabled. So as you can see, it reads out D0815. The letter represents a house on the top of the map, and the numbers represent a time. So as you can see, the last one is going to be house B0445, which represents 4:45 time. Now, once you guys have written down all the codes, you need to make your way up to the top area, and you need to go and change some clocks into the house to the time that the computer gave you, but you have to do it in the order that it gave it to you. So my first one was F, and so what I need to do is find house F, just looking for the letter boxes around the houses. Some are on the ground, some are outside the map, some are in the front door. Once you guys have found the corresponding house to the letter you got from the computer, make your way into it and look for this clock. They're either going to be upstairs or downstairs, so just have a look around. And the way that these work is if you hold square on it, it's going to move 15 minutes ahead in time, and if you melee it, it moves an hour. And my time was 9:30. So I set it to 9:30, you get a little quote letting you know you have completed it, and then I move on to my next house, which was C. So the computer gave me house D, and then after that, house F, and then I got house C. I go in and I enter the time into the next house, and then you just repeat that for all the houses and all the times that it gave you. Once you guys have completed the last house, you need to find the house that didn't have a letter. So for example, you could get A, B, C, D, E, but you didn't have F. So you find the F house, find the clock in that house and hold square, and it's just going to give you a time. You need to jot this down. As you can see, I went and held square, automatically went to 11:45. Once you guys have that number, make your way into the operations area and enter that clock time into Rushmore, and you're going to get a quote letting you know you have completed it. And once you guys have done that, you're ready to move on to the next step. So for the next step, guys, you need to make your way into the underground area of the map and look for this Nova 6 crawler. Just run around the areas down the bottom and you're going to notice that he's just going to crawl out, and you need to escort him and protect him to the transfusion facility. If you run away from him, he will turn around and run away. If your teammates are close, they will draw him away. It is good to try and do this on an early round. If you can't get here so early, just make sure you take in gobble gums like insta-kill, undead man walking, or just have some ray guns, and makes your life a lot easier, because this can get quite hectic on the later rounds. The best way I like to take him is through the diner, because this is probably the straightforward path to the transfusion facility. But once you guys have him in the transfusion facility, you're going to notice he's going to crawl to a barrier and he's going to jump out of it and walk up the stairs. Once you guys have got him there and he's out the map, go back to operations and access Rushmore, and you guys are ready to move on to the next step. So for the next step, guys, we need to activate an AI called Adam. Now to do that, we first need to find 4 codes around the map. The first code is on this desk here to the left of Rushmore. This one is always going to stay the same, and that is 7626. Now the next location is an APD interrogation. If you make your way upstairs, you'll notice on this desk here is a piece of paper that has a name as well as a number, so you always need to write down the name at the top. If it's not up here on the computer, it will be on the downstairs computer. The next location is an APD control, and just underneath the stack of papers you need to shoot is the McCain code. Now you just need to write that down as well. Now the third and final, or fourth and final name code is going to be in solitary. Now from the last code, make your way where I do up the stairs to this key case and hold square to pick up the key. Once you guys have the key, make your way to the yellow house upstairs desk and go ahead and open that bad boy up, and it's going to give you the Pinel code. Once you guys have your base code and all 3 name codes, make your way back to the operations area where you need to enter these in a certain order. Now you're going to use your base code first, which is always 7626, to load the Toy Soldier program, and then after that you're going to enter the code that Rushmore asked you in the certain order, which will be Sawyer, McCain, and then Pinel. You only have 1 minute to do these after each code, so you know, just sort of keep your hustle on. Once you guys have entered all the codes, you'll get a quote letting you know that Adam is ready for a live demonstration, and you guys are ready to continue on with the step. To continue on with the step, guys, make your way into the operations area and you need to access Rushmore. Now if you guys ever get stuck in any of the steps or nothing's continuing, just make sure you always come here to check to see if he needs to be accessed. And anyway, once you guys have accessed him, make your way into the storage area and you are looking for the Adam which we initiated with those codes. The first time you activate him, it is free, and then every time after that it's going to be 3,000 points. So you pretty much want to make sure you leave him alone until you're ready to do this step. Once you guys have activated him, bring him to the bunker area that connects the bottom to the top, more specifically the bunker at the back of the greenhouse backyard. Bring him down here. You're going to get a little quote or hear some talking behind the door, and you need to get the character in there to throw out a canister, and that is why you bring Adam here, to scare him into doing so. Go ahead, grab the canister, take it to the transfusion facility, and look for the shelf of those canisters you just had. Go ahead and place it down. Once you guys have put it down, you're ready to move on to the next step. So for the next step, guys, make your way into the cul-de-sac area and you're looking for this panel which has a fuse behind it in the powerhouse. Now what you need to do is you need to get a jolting jack to shoot the fuse to open it up. A jolting jack is a crawler, or more specifically one of those blue crawlers that shoot projectiles. The best way to do this is to just stand in front of it with your team training zombies somewhere else and then just go ahead and get him to open it up. The fuse case open, you now need to craft the telepads. If you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link in the description below which shows you guys how to open Pack-a-Punch, craft the telepads, as well as build the shield. So just go ahead and check that out if you guys are getting stuck. Once you guys have the telepads, make your way back to the cul-de-sac or the powerhouse, and next to the fuse you're going to find a telepad. Go ahead and place down one of your teleporters, and then make your way to prisoner holding and place down another one in the backyard. What you do when you put down the two telepads is you link them together. Now for this next step, I suggest you have stamina up because you need to run a certain distance very fast. Also, having the katana is very helpful. Now what you need to do is come to the fuse and hold square, and then immediately go through the teleporter you put down. That's going to teleport you to the prisoner holding, the second one you put down, and then just follow where I go, and you need to come into the operations to this wall and hold square to insert the fuse. You have a very limited amount of time, so I do suggest having stamina up as well as running with not a heavy weapon. And if you guys can't do this, make sure you bring in the katana as you run super fast and will not have a problem. But once you guys have completed this, you need to go ahead and access Rushmore when it allows you, and you guys are ready to move on to the next step. So for the next step, guys, you are going to need a Pack-a-Punched weapon with the alternate ammo type Brain Rot. So just go ahead and get that on one of your guns. And then what you need to do is you need to find glowing green posters like so. There is one in the beds, one in the lounge, as well as one in the greenhouse upstairs. Now once you guys have found these green posters, what you need to do is you need to get a kill next to it with Brain Rot, and what you're going to notice is the zombie smacks down the poster, and you need to write down the code. Just be careful as it can get quite hectic in these tight areas. So as you see, I used Brain Rot, he knocked the painting down, and I write down that code. The next one, guys, is going to be in the lounge, and you will find that just on this wall here next to the exit back up to the top. Yet again, I used my Brain Rot, he knocks down the poster, I jot down that number. The third and final one, guys, is in the greenhouse top stairs. If you just come up to the top of this greenhouse, you'll notice that on the left hand side of the wall is another glowing green poster. Activate my Brain Rot, he knocks it down, and I just need to, sort of just be careful in these tight areas, get the number, and once you guys have all three of those numbers, make your way over to Rushmore, and in any certain order, just enter them into the computer. Once you've done that, you'll get a quote letting you know you have completed it correctly, and then you just need to go ahead and access Rushmore. Once you guys have done all of this, you're ready to move on to the next step. So the next step, guys, requires you to find 6 switches around the map. It is a puzzle where you need to set the switch to either up or down, but in doing so you change the other switches around the map. The goal is to get all the lights green. So if you just enter them as I do, you won't have to worry about figuring it out. So the first one is in the diner there, just on that wall. That one needs to be set to the up position. Once that's done, make your way into the beds area, just hang a right from the diner and you will find the next one. That one needs to be set in the up position as well. The third one, guys, is in the storage, and next to this medical cabinet on the wall is the third one. That one needs to be set to down. The fourth one, if you come into the generators, look to the left of the perk machine, you will see the next one on the wall. That one needs to be set to up. The fifth one, guys, is in the lounge, and heading past the DMR wall by just over here is the next one. That one needs to be set to down. And the sixth and final one, guys, is on the wall next to the M1927 gun, your last switch. Once you guys have done them all correctly, you'll notice all the lights go green, and then you need to make your way back to the powerhouse and turn on the power switch again. Once you've done that, make your way into operations, access Rushmore. You'll get a quote letting you know you've completed it, and by now you see above them you should have 4 green lights. That means you are right where you should be, and you're ready to move on to the next step. So for the next step, guys, what you need to do is find these blue mannequins around the map. There are 3 of them in total, and you need to complete a lockdown event where the mannequin is to acquire a body part. There are 2 arms and a head. Now for this, you are going to need everyone in the area to actually access them. So just go ahead and hold square. As you see, the blue rectangles or barriers come up. So just run around, stay alive, use your specialist, whatever you need to do. Relatively straightforward. Just make sure when it's finished, Adam victim or the mannequin will disappear, and just go ahead and grab the body part. Go ahead, find the second one, and just rinse and repeat until you get to the third mannequin. We will know you're on your last one because it will drop a head. Now with those 3 parts, make your way into APD interrogation and hold square on the head and armless mannequin to actually give him those body parts that we just went and found. Once you guys have done that, you'll get a lengthy dialogue, and that lets you know you've completed this step and you're ready to move on to the next one. So the next step, guys, requires you to find a blue glowing orb hidden somewhere on the map. It can be outside of barriers, at the top of the bunker, bottom of the bunker. As you see in my game, it was in the greenhouse downstairs, hidden inside a hole in the wall. These can be very tricky to find, but it does make a quite loud, distinct humming noise to let you know you are close. So if you do hear that, just look around that area, and once you guys find this, it's going to start moving and you need to stay close to it. If you stay away from it or wander too far, you will have to complete the round or go and find it again. And you pretty much, the trick with this is you need to bring it to the APD interrogation area, and it goes all over the place. So just make sure you guys stay close and have some decent weapons and specialists ready, because you will get an unlimited spawn of zombies. But once you guys manage to get it to APD interrogation, it goes into the doll and the soul gets transferred from the dummy into the orb, and that is pretty much it, guys. Now you guys need to make sure you have specialist weapons ready, gobble gums ready, perks, pack-a-punched guns, because we're now ready to get into the boss fight, baby. So to start the boss fight, guys, you need to access Rushmore for the last and final time, and then make your way into the APD control room, more specifically in front of these green computers, and then everyone needs to come up and hold square to activate the first phase of the boss fight. Now the first phase of the boss fight, guys, is you need to charge up these soul canisters, or just this one specific soul canister, obviously the empty one. I'm sure you guys know how it works by now. Once you kill the zombies, the essence transfers and you just need to kill enough to fill it up. Once you've filled it up, all the zombies will disappear and you'll get a short sort of dialogue with a mini scene of the Avogadro being released from the APD. That's right, this is the Avogadro, the little boss from BO2 Transit. So we get some awesome storyline here on how he was created and how Nuketown happened. And anyway, guys, once he is being released, you guys are ready to move on to the second phase of the boss fight. So the second phase of the boss fight, guys, is a soul canister fill again, and what you need to do is you need to run around the bottom bunker area of the map. You are trapped in here anyway, so just run around and look for these soul canisters. Once you guys have found them, you need to hold square on it, and you now need to fill them up as well. There is one in the storage, one in the beds, one in the diner, and one in the lounge section of the map. Just be wary that if you take too long, it will reset, so you just make sure you guys are killing zombies at a reasonable pace, which shouldn't be too hard as there is infinite spawns. Also, the Avogadro is going to attack you while you are trying to do this, so he can be quite annoying to deal with. He can also do a EMP attack, which will turn off the canister, so you might want to sort of try and keep him away from the canister, because that can get quite annoying, as that will also reset it and you'll have to wait to turn it on again. I do believe these have to be done in a specific order. It changed in both the games that I've done the Easter egg on, so I couldn't tell you which order to do them, but this one is the one in the beds. So obviously once we do this will be 2 out of 4, and then just go find the third and fourth one. And anyway, guys, once you guys have filled up all 4 of the soul canisters, you need to bring the Avogadro into the APD control and do damage to him, so he crawls up into a ball, and then melee him to the base of the stairs. Once he's in the base of the stairs, you'll see he'll get sucked back into the APD, the door will shut, and you guys have successfully completed the boss fight. Now, to get the final cutscene or the elemental shard, you need to come and hold square on those computers to release the teleport. That means he gets teleported to transit, so that's some awesome storyline on how he got there as well. And anyway, guys, congratulations, the trophy should pop now. You have finally completed the Easter egg. It was an absolute blast doing this, also making this video for you guys. I appreciate all the support and new subs and everything that I've been getting. I hope you guys enjoy the hard work I put into it. And anyway, guys, big shout out to the people that helped me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to keep up to date with the latest in Call of Duty, Fortnite, and any other games I bring to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next map and video. Keep it real, guys. Peace.
easy go.